Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This is going to be episode 32 here on Serene Space Rock. And I think one of the first things I'm going to do is I have to fix this so it's actually running. And it says, I think if I move this output here into the tank and then have it go up, like this should go in here, I would assume that would work. And that should be enough to help cool it down. Now, from what I understand, there's a way to keep the AQUATUNER, only one of them running, instead of 3 or 4 like I've been doing, maybe to take one and to pump it into a tank, put some sort of automation on it, where, I'm trying to think, if you take the water out of this, pump it into a tank, cold, there should be a way to, like, keep water in an AQUATUNER, maybe? To keep it spinning in there? Does it keep liquid in it? Is that what it does? Because if it keeps liquid in it, then that would make sense to... Because I thought of them, like, as in pass-through pipes, instead of singular things, you know what I mean? I would go in there and disconnect that, but it's too hot, and I don't want this steam getting anywhere. My room is right now, where my cold water is. Speaking of cold water, this is not 7, 8, 5, 67. I mean, this should be cooling down. Not really cooling down that much. I wish it was flowing a little better. It's definitely trying to. This is down to 85 degrees. It's going to continue to get colder. And what temperature's the water in here? 5 tons at 64. That's at 64. That's at 80. Why is it just letting the water in the radiant pipe sit there hot? So now the water is going through it. 69. There's the cold water. This is going to be hot stuff. 77. It's because of the outside temperature of this. So maybe what I could do is I should build this in insulated tiles as well to try to keep the heat in there instead of cooling down the entire area. That'll help a little bit of keeping the cool in there for now. And then that'll seep out through the doors slowly but surely, but it's not really a priority to try to keep this all cold anyway. Although it is lowering the temperature, but again, to what end? Like, what's the purpose of lowering that temperature? Oh, my polluted slush geyser is up and running now too. Okay, so that's even more water. Okay, so now the question is to try out my single AQUATUNER thing. Is this dormant now? Next activity in 14 cycles. Steam temperature below 200. I need more steel. That's what it comes down to. And more steel will allow me to build steel AQUATUNERs, which keep them from overheating. The turbine will be fine. So maybe what I should do is just build a small steam generator right here. With just that amount of water that's in there. And not much else. Just to see how it works. That water's cold right now. That's not even hot water, so it'd be a waste of time to try to cool water. I'm better off trying to do this. It's kind of like that. I think the idea is to keep one running consistently. That way you don't need all 4. On the upside, with my water being the way it is, it's like heat up a little bit of water. Let's see if I have enough steel. I do have enough steel to build one of these. So, 1 AQUATUNER, 3 of these. So do I modify this where it gets too hot? Because it is kind of work, and this should be a long time before it's hot enough to actually start causing problems. I don't know if I should try to, like, take one of these and put a thermal sensor on it, or if, like, cools liquid pipe through it. Let's see. So let's push some out. Oh! You put it on a loop. Like, you go from one into a tank. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to fix this, right? Because this is kind of not working. To fix this, maybe what I should do before I touch it is build another one somewhere else. Or I deconstruct this, extend this out, and put like 3 steam turbines up here. Before I go in that hot room, I want to try to keep that heat over here. So let's... That'll kind of keep this heat up in this area. Now that that water's flowing, that'll actually help cool that down a little bit. I just have to remember that I have that on that thing. On this pipe here. 70 degrees, 69. There's a lot of water there. The water coming out to only 80 something. Because of that darn power transformer. Gosh, a lot of this should have been separated a little differently than I did it. Hindsight's 20/20 though. All my work to keep that in there and you just came around and took it apart. Put that back like right now. Gosh, the heat got down there fast. It was only removed for like a second. Okay, we got that stuff out of there. I'm gonna extend this out, put another steam turbine there. Now I'm gonna build a new aqua tuner. The idea is to cool this water coming out of there. 73 still. Let's see where the water comes out at. Water coming up into these tanks. And then what we're gonna do is I'll build a single aqua tuner out of steel right here maybe. Heat it up right by the top of the turbines. It should be the same either way, right? And then we're gonna pipe in insulated pipe. This is my salt water coming up. We're gonna take that salt water, insulate it, and pump it right on in to there, right? Now we have pipe water coming in. Going out, this aqua tuner, it should come out and it should have a liquid pipe thermal sensor. Well, I'll just build that out of steel too. Put that there. And then it will continue to circulate in there until it's really cold. And then that will come out of there, insulated pipe. It's going to go up here. Once this is... construct that. Disabled by automation. Okay. So even though it's all hooked up, it's shut off. Oh, because of that. It shouldn't be hooked up directly to it. If anything, there should have been a valve there. That's my mistake. So we need to deconstruct this. Put a valve there. I don't know if this can hold water. That's my question. Or if, like, I need to build it at a branch off. Or maybe I come out of here in a loop. Put the radiant through here. And then back into the aqua tuner. No, because it needs a supply of water. So if I build the valve here. And then put in thermal sensor here. And then do an automation wire here. So send green signal if it's below. Down all the way to 33 degrees. Pipe blocked. Okay, so this won't run unless it has a tank to go to, right? So if it's not gonna run, like it can't run with water in it, then to utilize just one, then the outward pipe is gonna have to go somewhere. If the outward pipe goes out, back in, right? It's gonna be coming out a little colder, going into the tank, coming out of the tank, going back in the aqua tuner. Sure as frick isn't cooling it. It doesn't make any sense. Because now I have a really hot liquid that's semi-less hot. And I need to get it cooler. So the question is how do I get it colder? Unless what I do is then I take it out of the tank. Insulated pipe. Radiant pipe. And then back in the insulated in. Like that. And just deconstruct these. And then let this run a loop. That still solves my steam generator problem. Maybe it would create enough steam for that. I mean, with 3 of these, it should run continuously. But is that going to be enough heat to use for those than what I need? There's going to be not enough heat. I mean, that solves my power problem. But it doesn't cool down the salt water that I want to cool. Alright, so I think this is what I was supposed to do for a steam power plant. And there's enough heat being generated by this, it seems, to keep 3 of these running, it looks like. And then the water is going up and insulated at like 100 degrees. By the time it comes back out of here, it's at like 115. Going back up at 90 or 100. That should keep that cool. It's on its own closed little system. And it should generate enough power to keep that all running, I think. Now the question is, what else is sucking up all my power? Because these 3 here are enough for that. So this is what I should have done over there. But now it still doesn't answer the question of how I'm supposed to cool my salt water from this geyser, like 200 degrees. Get over here. I don't particularly need it because I have other water coming in. you know, from other sources. I have the 2 slush geysers that I'm using for water consistently. But that still doesn't let me do anything really with this hot water here. It should work unless it like starts to freeze. Maybe that's where it is like I need to add like a valve. Like, is there a plumbing, like a meter valve? No, that shuts it off after so much is passed through. I could leave this like this. I don't think it will ever get to a point where it's not cooling down my steam though, thankfully. Because it's in insulated pipes. That's definitely how I'm supposed to get power. Will one create enough power to power all 3? Like enough heat. It should, because it's unendingly working. And then these are going to create quite a lot of heat. So we'll come back to that in a bit and look at it. Now, with that in mind, I can take this and reduce this down to 1 and just let it run loop, right? Which is what I tried to do initially. It was just 1 AQUATUNER, but it didn't work for as much as I wanted it to. You know what I mean? I'm down in steel a little, so I had to build that. And these are only putting out 270 watts. I could leave this like this, because it is working, however, but that's what's sucking up all my power, those other AQUATUNERs. The thing is, just 1 is not enough for the forge, I don't think. This is coming out of here at 100 and 170. So if I go any less than 3, I would think that's going to start overheating. That being said, I would think this is self-reliant. Maybe it'll need more heat than I'm giving it, though, to stay running. Wait a second. If that's producing 250, 270, 270, 217, that's like 700 watts altogether. That there is not even enough for that AQUATUNER. Because those are 1200, aren't they? Yeah. So I still am sitting at a power problem. Alright, well, that's good enough for now. It doesn't solve me letting me use this salt water, but I guess I don't really need it as long as I have those other 2 geysers running, and I do have the shovels coming along, which is 49,000 meat anyway. Oxygen, we're doing good. Food, we're doing good. And so everybody's still at 0 stress. So I could go looking for more geysers, but I really do need more steel. I could see if someone can handle another skill, machine operating, which I think would help me with the forge operating. Ashcan's got it operating, set 14 has 7. Go up 1, get 1 in operating, and Stinky 2, because I think he's prioritizing doctoring. Okay, so that being said, this is probably all wrong, because I could probably use this liquid with 1 AQUATUNER and cool it down enough. So that's at like 121, so that would bring it down to 100. Unless it's just not practical to use the water from this or anything. This is still losing temperature though, so it might be that eventually I'm going to need, maybe there's too many steam vents. Has this gone up at all? 20, 60 to 70, so maybe it's just going to consistently get hotter. They don't really have much of a cooling effect, in which case at max capacity these will be producing like 850 watts apiece. Or maybe you use 1 AQUATUNER to cool it, right? And see how this water is coming through at 200, and then I'm supposed to like take this radiant pipe and pump it through a puddle of other water. No, it's not really cold yet. Which is kind of weird. How can that move water that fast and stay cool, and this one can't? You know what I mean? Because 1 AQUATUNER was not enough. Maybe if it runs consistently, it is enough. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's where the trick is to keep it running as long as possible. To where I can, like, take this, hook it up to the 1, and have it run in a loop into the canister, but have it run consistently, unendingly, even if this isn't on. So it would be in here, into the tank, out of the tank, into there, and then have a branch off line into here. That might be the way to do it. I don't know if it will feed off of that branch line, though. It should. I want to mess with it, but at the same time, I don't want to touch it. Because if I mess it up, then I'm going to have to redo it all over again. But then again, if I do it now, now's the time to do it. All right, so let's deconstruct these three. Let's deconstruct these two AQUATUNERS. That'll take 2,400 watts off my grid. Right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go insulated pipe out, in, go into the tank. It's gonna go into the tank, out of the tank, yeah. And for this, we'll put this so it goes in too. That way, there it is. It keeps running. So now, even if the metal refinery isn't on, it's going to keep moving. 44. It's hot right now, but it is on closed circuit. It should be running consistently. Instead of going out and in, I can deconstruct that. One pipe there. That should increase the flow a little bit more. Because that's what the problem is. It's not turning them on instantly. It's keeping them run on a constant sort of thing. Because right now, that's not heating up, right? No. And because the forge isn't on, this water's just going to keep getting colder. And now it's on, so it's going to start heating up. Where's my power at with that running? It's still down towards low. It's lower than what it needs to be, but two other AQUATUNERs off. That might be good. And then all that heat from that AQUATUNER will eventually turn this to steam. Now the question is, why is it not running through that radiant pipe? Oh, that radiant pipe is only to cool it down when this kicks on, which makes sense. Yeah, 120. So what I could do is add another thing here so that the water does go to the inward and then go back into here too. That way it cools down a little better over in this corner. Not that I should technically have to worry about it, but let's build a liquid bridge. That there. So that way it goes the full loop around too. Oh, it's up to 310, 311. That's still 250, that's 240. So it's not really much different. Steam's up to 273. So that's good. That is raising in temperature. Okay, so I can technically lock this. That's steel. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. What temperature is the water coming down? 59. Oh, that's not good. That's at 34. Oh my gosh, I have an idea now. Now I just run this line down here and use it to cool this down. Because this is where my tanks are. Because that's the problem, is that this room is hot. So let's look at the plumbing real quick. Yeah. Because if I could cool this room down more, I wouldn't need the AQUATUNERs to cool it. So I was so close to being, like, kind of right. And at the same time, I was really wrong. We're going to run an insulated pipe to here. And we're going to radiant pipe to here. Back on up into there. And then that will help cool this down. This water is going to come up. It's going to sit in the tank. It's going to go in the tank. And then this will absorb the cold air too. And when that's ready, it's going to come out. Go down in here. Mix with the water in these tanks. Go up into those desalinators. Which is nice and chilly. No kidding. Don't remember actually seeing that water in there though before, if I'm being honest. Maybe it was always there. I don't remember that being there. This is up to 200. That will be turning to steam eventually. Alright, well that's all fixed. Now the question is, will it pump water, you know, where it's gotta go once this turns on? Currently has no power. It should have power. That line is dormant, which is kind of weird. Because these are outputting power. It was surging before, at least. Power available, 0. Power, current load. I wonder why this broke. It's not that hot in there. Kind of want to pump this polluted oxygen right on into there. We'll try plugging it in right there and see what happens. Wonder if the heat is not going to be enough to turn that into steam. It should be, because that's going to continuously get hot in there. Once it starts moving again, anyway. Same with this one. As soon as this hits 212, that'll start to be steam. I don't know how they did this little water thing here. Works out for my case, but I don't know how they did that. Hopefully that isn't so pressurized that I can't put anything there. Might be, actually, but power for the filter. Like, I literally should have more power now than I did before, because I have them running. Oh, I have this one broken. Heat temperature 167. Oh. Okay, I need a better gas pump. 167 plus 90. Is this one golden maglium? Iron. Okay, so we're going to deconstruct this and replace that with golden maglium for now. Maybe I'm actually using more power because I have two thermal AQUATUNERS that are trying to run consistently versus one. Yeah, because like this is trying to run almost consistent. Alright, so that is pumping out. That's good. Because that's just oxygen, polluted oxygen. That's not going to hurt anything. Steam's dropped below the temperature it needs to be at. That's where this comes in. There we go, power. Bunker doors require 120 watts of power. So maybe what I need to do is get more, once I get more steam power actually working, I should be better off, I would think. Is that pumping down here too? Yep. 81 degrees. That's a lot cooler than it is down there right now. Once that's up and running though, that should be good. This should be getting thinner. Yep. This should almost be turning to steam. 200 and... what is there? It's boiling point. Evaporation point 211. So it should be beginning to evaporate currently. There we go. So I can put in a power. Where's my steam turbines? I need more gold for these. Because I don't want to use my steel. Could use iron or copper. How much copper do I have? Not a lot. I can put a lot more gold than maglium up to gold. And then iron, I can put a lot of that up. Iron is steel. It doesn't put in 99. Because all my iron can really go to steel. Okay. This is cooling. This is heating. Steam at 212. Maybe the glass forge being in this area was not a great idea. But 3,000 degree glass. Pipe is in danger of melting at the current temperature. Yeah, maybe the glass forge being down here was not the greatest idea. Sports. Gosh, it makes so much sense, too, now that I think about it. Because when you think about it, like, that's how the base... I'm like, oh yeah, the base is getting really cold now. Because I'm pumping cold water through it. So really, the only thing is I need enough power to keep my AQUATUNERS running. What was this pipe for? Cooling down these tanks? Yeah, actually. That's on a loop, so I don't want to touch that, obviously. So all that can be deconstructed, technically. Does this door have a power wire connection? It does not. How are you supposed to open it? I can't dig out that. I don't want to dig up. That's already been used. Okay, pipe block, because it's broken. Steam, polluted oxygen. Oh gosh, that doesn't have a filter on it. Steam, steam. There is very little polluted oxygen in there currently. So technically I can deconstruct that pump, probably. I feel I could. Unless that's oxygen down in there. Water, steam, oxygen. It's just this one little square and that little square there. I can deconstruct that for now. Or I could put a filter on it and pump it right back in. That's going to take a while to get up in temperature though. Yeah, it's still a problem and not enough power. I wonder what I can use magma for. I feel I could use that to evaporate water without even an AQUATUNER. You know what I mean? Hey, was there mafic rock? They're not bringing mafic rock down in here, right? I don't think so. Let me put mafic rock up in here too. That, and then... So the question still remains, what is... Well, actually, no. The best way to cool this water is to just let it sit in these tanks and cool down then. Which it would be doing if this was running. How cold have we got in there? That's cold. No more water coming up from down here, though. This must be dormant. Nope. So maybe these should be radiant pipes as well. Going in the filter. It should be the same because these are going to cool down too. So would I build the bunker door here? I build a bunker door there, right? And then put 2 bunker tiles. Or if I cancel that, is it 2 bunker doors next to each other is what it is? Because they're technically only 500, but they're a lot of electricity. It's a problem. So maybe if I put a bunker door here and here, and then build another solar panel below them. You know what I'm saying? I could start here and build another solar panel right below this one and see how that works. I don't think light shines underneath, but my best bet would be to replace these with glass. So I could do that, and then like a bunker tile. So how much do these take? Only 100, so it's not a lot. And then technically this will all be protected here. That'll keep these from getting destroyed too. And then I could put power transformer like right here. This, extend it out right to here. Cancel this. That. And that one can be repaired. And then where's my automation? Space scanner. Green signal when it detects incoming objects from space. Okay, so if this turns green down here, is the question. Like, am I going to need to continuously fix it? The question is, if I build another one of these like here, how cold's it getting down here? 17. 73. Yeah, that is. It's cooling down this room. Gosh dang it, that's a lot more simple than I thought it would be. Yeah, so I just need a little more power. I'll be able to put a couple steam generators here eventually, which will help. These are both broken, so they gotta be repaired anyway. That's okay. Because see, they walk on top of these things. Boy, they were not kidding when they said that was slow. My goodness. Alright, wait, maybe this one needs power cable. I don't remember if it needs a cable hooked up to actually work. Does it? Oh, wait. They only take 120 watts when they're working, is what it is. Duh. So it's not like they're consuming 120 watts consistently. So I could do all bunker doors. And then when you go to close it, it would use that much wattage, whereas these are consistently producing 254 watts. Okay, and that can't see the sun. So this panel is no good here. Okay, so we'll deconstruct that. We're gonna deconstruct these. Apparently, though, it can get full sun with just one door in the middle. Maybe if I can I put a space scanner right here? Should be able to, you would think, yeah? An automation wire from there. Got copper. Up to there. I don't know if that will be view blocked. I don't know if a green signal is to automate either. What locked that? I don't know. Reachable build, huh? Well, let's see. No power wire connected either. I don't know if this is going to be able to see through it either. Nope. Okay, so deconstruct that. This can go back to base tiles. This is going to have to go over here and get its own door. Scan quality 28%. Scan network quality 5%. Scanner dish is currently scanned at 28% effectiveness. Decreased scan quality may be due to interference with nearby industrial machinery, rock, or tile obstructing the dish's line of sight. Space. Alright, so let's cancel this then. Maybe I just need to deconstruct this one bunker tile. Oh, frick, I disconnected power. My bad. 47%. The scanner network is scanned at 8%. It will detect upcoming objects 16 seconds to 200 seconds before they arrive. Build multiple space scanners, ensure they're each scanning effectively for the best detection results. Okay. So if I take this now, 47% is not enough. Maybe if I put it up there. deconstruct this. If I build it like up here, so then that would be a good thing to solve that problem. Anyways, so far doing all right. It's still cooling down. This one is not running consistently, which is kind of annoying. But this one does grab the power first. What's breaking? Insulated liquid pipe? It's not that hot in there yet. What pipes do I have over here? Sandstone pipes. Insulated liquid pipes, sandstone. These are not breaking. Is it because of the liquid coming out? No. Is it too cold? Is it too cold? Might as well fix that. Anyway, so we got that figured out a little bit better. Got that over there figured out a little bit better. Got lots of water down here in my tank. Oh wow, look at all the pacus. That's not a bad thing. A lot of puffs too. A lot of oil jugs sitting up here too. 2,200 kilograms of steel, 14,000 calories of meat, 190,000 calories of food. That's running. This might be running. 212 degrees steam. How hot is that? It's pretty hot. Not really hot, but it's pretty hot. I could probably, what I gotta do then, is to take that water and pump it into tanks somewhere, or pump it like into a vat, and then run a cool water pipe from an AQUATUNER through it. Like maybe even this AQUATUNER, run this radiant pipe through that water before it comes in here and build like a vat down in here. That would actually make a lot of sense. Anyways, I am all out of time for now. Let's take some more shine nips. I like them. Honestly, big strides this time. And I don't know why I didn't notice about the AQUATUNERS right away. It just didn't make sense to me to use one and to keep it running all the time, but I guess that's really what you're supposed to be doing anyway. Or at least that seems to be a lot more efficient than the way I was doing it. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please leave a like. If you haven't subbed already and you want to see more of what's going on, please sub. If you have any other games, comments, hints, any suggestions you'd like to say, leave it all down in the comments. I will read them. Thanks again. I really do appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.